back from the dead.
The sun is slowly setting on my face. I look kind of creepy.
You're getting real.
Alcohol
So
and
many.
Halloween.
Oh,
Why do I have Werewolves of London stuck in my head?
I never seen it.
It's a song.
Oh. Okay. I look like my hair's missing a tooth. Yeah, gotta do that. Oh my god. You're scaring me over here.
She's scared already.
I think I'm gonna scoot over it.
To celebrate Halloween, I decided to get my sister to watch some of the scariest videos on YouTube.
Oh my god. That's funny.
I don't know how she let me do this, but here we are.
I didn't realize it was the scariest videos on YouTube.
Are you ready for this?
I don't know.
All right, we're going to start with top fives. I love this dude's voice.
Oh,
and everything he says sounds true. So it makes it scarier.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, first we're going to look at the 5 terrifying and convincing videos of ghosts caught on CCTV cameras. So this is like real shit.
Oh god.
Antique stalker.
Yeah.
In May 2016, the CCTV cameras in the 130-year-old Hopkins Antique and Art Centre in Nottingham, UK, were being rewired by shop owner Liam Woodgate. And during the procedure, he spotted something unusual on one of the camera's monitors. He rewound the tape to double check and make sure it wasn't just someone in the shop, and was surprised to see the apparition of a white object wandering through the rails of the vintage clothing. Take a look.
Oh my gosh.
Who went back in? Wait, what? This is an antique shop, right? It could be
Yeah.
anything.
It looks like going through. They look like they're looking for clothes.
Maybe
Skeptic,
she's shopping.
But he cannot explain
Vintage. So adorable.
what he captured. The other workers believe it's Mrs. Hopkins, the original shop owner from the 1800s. So could it be a hoax, or is it really the ghost of the former owner? What's your thoughts?
Thoughts my eyes are watering.
White Lion. The White Lion. They went out to check the area, but no one was there. After looking back over the footage, a figure can clearly be seen walking around. Take a look.
It's a tall fit. It's walking on
It's like,
cars.
it looks like it's floating.
Yes. Oh my gosh. What is it?
Ew. It does look like kind of like a shape of a person though, with a head and shoulders.
What the fuck is that?
This led people to speculate that the apparition was of a woman who was involved in a fatal car crash just weeks earlier, and whose mangled car had been stored at the lot before being removed by her insurance company
Oh, she's
just
flying
hours
around.
before the video was taken. The woman was Tracy Martin, a 33-year-old mother of twins who passed away from her injuries on the 30th of June 2002. After seeing the footage on the news, even her family came forward, convinced that the apparition was Tracy, saying it would be typical of her to come back and let them know she was okay.
Oh my gosh.
The taxi
That was
ghost.
creepy.
Ever since the 2011
Chills.
earthquake, Japanese
Yes.
taxi drivers have frequently reported ghost passengers, especially in the town of Ishinomaki, which was hit by a tsunami that killed 6,000 people. Traumatic stress disorder. And after the devastation caused by the earthquake and resulting tsunami, this could be the reason so many cab drivers claim they have had ghosts in their cars. In fact, the reports got so frequent that as part of a study by a university, drivers
That'd
were
be fucked
interviewed
up.
about this
I
phenomenon.
have time to
And they
quit.
found that all of the drivers
They
were
quit driving
convinced
around.
they
Yeah,
were
I'm
picking up
done.
genuine
Stay
fares
home.
until their
Fuck
passengers
that.
just vanished during the journey. One of the drivers interviewed told how he picked up a woman from Ishinomaki station who wanted to go to Minamahama district. When he told the woman that area had been wiped out in the disaster, the woman said, "Have I died?" When the driver turned around to speak to her, she
Ooh, I
disappeared.
just got chills.
She
It sounds
disappeared.
strange, and you can see why people
Have
would
I
blame
died?
post-traumatic stress disorder. However,
Oh
when
my
someone opens the
God.
taxi door and it's caught on camera, PTSD cannot be blamed, and that is exactly what happened here. The video really speaks for itself, so take a look.
They need to slow down a little bit. I was still
Still trying to get over the last one. He stops, pick her up. Door opens. Door closes.
Pretty creepy. Now, it could easily be faked, but would someone really want to fake something that has been widely reported? It's certainly creepy, and it isn't the only paranormal CCTV footage involving Japanese taxis.
I am not riding in one of those. I don't care when I'm there or how long I'm there.
Never.
Cars. And just a heads up, this one will not be good for anyone who doesn't like getting into taxis by themselves.
I ain't
It was,
getting
of
one.
course, taken in Japan, and is some surveillance footage of a man at
Another
a taxi
Japan
rank who gets
video.
into a taxi that has just pulled up. But behind him, there's a black shape that follows him. As he opens the car
Oh my
door,
God.
it gets very
Ew,
close
look,
and
it looks
gets
like a
into the taxi
person.
with him. Take a look.
She just climbed in on top of him. Out of nowhere. Oh my God. Oh my God. We need to take a break.
Many have likened the in an
That was
interesting-
freaky.
That was pretty good.
That was freaky. That was real freaky.
It was pretty good.
God, I'm so glad it ain't pitch dark outside.
I wish it was pitch dark.
I would die.
Let's try this one.
Wait.
No, she needs a break. Time out. Okay, we're still good. A little dark, but hey, it's Halloween. It's supposed to be dark, right?
God, stop.
Let's try this one. This is Chills.
Okay.
A lot of people know him because of his voice. You'll understand when you hear him.
Little did the small group know that on this night they would accidentally capture actual evidence of real ghosts. Junked up kitten wanders around the
seen
property
it.
with the camera close to his face while narrating. He passes by an ordinary looking
Oh my
window
gosh.
and doesn't see much of it at the time. When he
That
goes
is
back
a
to review the
face,
footage later,
100%.
he makes a startling discovery
That
in
was
the window.
freaky.
It looks like his parody show has turned out to be the real thing. From the other side of the glass,
Oh
the colorless
my
reflection of a
gosh.
man's face stares at him.
Look.
You
Ooh,
can clearly see the outline. His head is cocked to the right, almost as if
I mean,
he's sizing
somebody
up a
was in there.
newcomer. His mouth, it's almost as if the ghost was trying to make its presence known. Perhaps it was even trying to get a hold of someone who could free it from its miserable
Don't ever
cell.
say that.
Number 9, restaurant. This footage was taken in a popular food joint during broad daylight. A shadowy ghost suddenly materializes in a Subway restaurant. It starts out in the shape of a human and almost appears to be getting a table.
Ooh, there it is.
When it gets back to its seat, the black shadow suddenly changes into a floating black blob of an orb. At this point, an employee or maybe a customer appears to see the ghost in the doorway. Whoever they are, they look stunned
got the
for
fuck
a second.
out of there.
The shadow orb pays no attention to the human as it floats up to the window and lingers there. Number 8, the Ghost Stadium. Ghosts. As this Brazilian soccer footage shows, the crowd is happily cheering on their favorite team when suddenly a shadow ghost
Look how
starts
fast
sprinting
it's
through all
going.
of them. Look closely and you'll notice how nobody tries to move out of the way.
Oh
Even though
my-
a person is clearly running full speed at them, not a single person tries to pull their legs in or even bothers to look up. They are so
Ew.
concentrated on the game that they do not see, feel, or hear the ghost as it runs directly through the half-filled stadium in a straight line. Number 7, Fridge Ghost.
Oh my
A YouTuber
God.
named No Ghost Hunter grows tired of living in a haunted home and decides to videotape the disturbances for evidence. It's a little past midnight when he hears scratching noises, which soon progresses into running footsteps and loud bangs. These noises appear to be coming from all different areas of the home at once. The next day, his HD TV literally begins rocking violently from side to side all by itself. The rocking motion picks up speed until the corners of the TV are almost hitting the entertainment center.
Fuck
It looks like
no.
the base is
Oh my
coming
God.
down.
No.
Then the TV starts rocking back and forth the other way. There is nobody behind the television, and there's no way they could have been using strings to do this. The day after, No Ghost Hunter finds a short video on his phone that he is 100% sure he did not make. The video is shot from the ground level of his kitchen. When
That-
you look at
no.
the reflection in the oven, you can see that nobody is holding the phone. The phone is literally floating in midair. Additional footage shows the TV shaking by itself again. This time, No Ghost Hunter is able to film behind the television to show that this is not a prank at all. He waves his hand above the television to show that there's no wires, and he even films underneath the base to show that there is no rod
Oh
coming
my
out from the entertainment center or anything like that. The lights cut out multiple times while he films. A few days later, he captures his refrigerator door slamming open and closed again and again. The brazen poltergeist leaves the door open to make sure its presence is fully known. Number 6, Watch from Above. A group of British friends are playing catch in a courtyard.
There's so much you
when
want to
one
say.
of them sees something strange and points it out to Number 4, The Church Disturbance. Steve and Jake are wandering around the
this is gonna
woods
be
one summer
weird.
night with a single goal in mind. They want to explore an abandoned local chapel that's rumored to be haunted. As they approach, they see that someone has written prayers and warnings all over the outside wall. The two friends instantly get a bad feeling about this adventure, but they swallow their fear and decide to press on. The rickety main door is locked, so they sneak around back.
Oh my
Already,
gosh.
They don't want to be here much
Don't
longer.
do that.
They had explored an old clock tower earlier in the day. They go up some wooden steps and enter through the back door. They shine their flashlights deep into the church's main assembly. There's rows and rows of wooden pews ahead of them. They
Ew.
pass by a podium and notice a piano. Then they head deeper inside.
Oh my
Now
gosh.
They find themselves inside of a small maintenance closet. They close the door behind them because they don't want anyone sneaking up on them. It feels
Don't.
like anyone could be watching them right now.
I feel
They
somebody
see a
behind
ladder
me.
to the left. Steve is decides not to. That's when the piano starts to play from outside.
Oh no.
What the? Oh my gosh! You gotta go back that way. Oh my god, no.
So they turn their flashlights back on to see who is playing. Sitting at the piano at the far end of the room is a black hunched over phantom. They scream and shut the door. They were hoping that the music stopped because it was over, but in reality, it was because the ghost had gotten up from the piano to chase them. They run a good distance before pausing to look back at the dark scenery. It seems like they've gotten away, but then the ghost finds them and they run away screaming. The camera cuts off as they fall back deeper into the woods. Two girls are alone in their house when
this is
one of them
weird. I've
sees
seen this
something in
one.
the doorway. Pause the video and you can see it's clearly the upper half of a young girl who is dressed in old-fashioned clothes from another time period. She is floating in midair as she curiously peeks in on the two children to see what they are doing. One of the girls still doesn't see the ghost. She shouts at something that's on television and accidentally startles the ghost away. The girl with the camera follows the ghost as it retreats. The ghost instantly teleports and now stares at them from the top of the steps. The scared girl runs out of the house screaming. They stop only for a second to turn around from the street in an old school. They go up a flight of steps and pause when they hear a dog whining on the other side of the door.
Oh
They
my
all run
God.
down the steps and gather at the
can't do
bottom.
it.
They're afraid of being attacked by a group of stray dogs now, but they decide to press on and explore the lower area. Other people had been here before them.
Wow.
Maybe this place isn't so bad after all. The teens grow a little more nervous as they continue to poke around. They are laughing less and starting to go silent. Something just isn't right about this section of the building. He says at this point one of the teens say that their phone shut itself off even though
that
it was
somebody
fully
in
charged
front of
only
him?
a moment
Yeah.
ago. Another person was able to keep recording, though they probably now wish they hadn't. They enter one classroom in particular and get a dreadful feeling. Suddenly, a figure actually appears out of thin air and
Oh
walks towards
my
them. The ghost
gosh.
is
Did you
missing
see
his
that?
head. Somehow no blood. A loud chanting begins as soon as the ghost walks towards them. But this may be prayers from a nearby mosque. Amazingly, the group all appears to have missed the
Get
ghost,
it.
which explains why they calmly
They didn't even
continue
see
to
it.
keep exploring. They wouldn't see the apparition until much later, but when they did, they would never forget what was heading straight towards them in that room.
Oh.
Tap
Oh, somebody
my
found another
music
ghost.
video to give it a watch. It's also linked in the description below.
We got
it's
you,
a proven fact
chills.
that generosity makes you a happier
Chills.
person. So if you're generous enough to hit that subscribe
Burger
button
King foot
and the
lettuce.
bell beside Burger King foot lettuce.
We had a possessed Furby. We had to burn that motherfucker in a trash can. It wouldn't stop talking. We took the batteries out. And it was going... So we burnt that motherfucker.
Fuck. Fuck. You don't come in here and sit down and tell me shit like that. The fucking dog. What?
No, Furbies aren't... They don't play with that
I
shit.
got Furbies everywhere in here. They're fucking.
Yeah, they're not good.
Ray Charles went down there and got him from the toy store and put his body in there.
Ray Charles.
Yeah.
Husband?
Whatever that dude's name is from Chucky.
Ray Charles is the black dude
Oh.
that plays the piano.
These beautiful people just showed up. We have a place for you to stay. There's a place called
Ray Charles is ghost.
Named Diane uploaded a video of her young son talking gibberish to
Look at him, he's
nobody.
just talking
He also
to
makes
something.
several physical displays of being playful and genuinely happy. A voice is heard in the audio whispering Ryan. It's hard to hear, but if you listen closely, there is definitely a male voice saying something along those lines.
Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to?
Did you hear that whisper?
And another in front of her. Eventually, she got up and walked away, still crying, while the woman attempted to understand what was going on. Her daughter looked behind her and began staring at something. Without warning, she lets out a chilling scream before fleeing behind her mother.
I mean, no.
Turn around. But you gotta listen to me. Turn around. Look at me. Look to my
It didn't look like the door moved a little bit back there.
Of whatever
God.
both of them saw.
My eyes are watering. I can't
Unfortunately,
see no more.
noticeable on the video, but the girls' reactions are too realistic to be faked. A group of investigators were exploring the depths of what appears to be a factory. As they enter through a red metal door, the camera audio picks up something which sounds very much like a deep voice saying, "I have the body of a pig."
I would have heard that shit.
Ew.
Oh my. Oh, stop.
If you listen
Oh, no,
closely
no,
after
no,
the
no,
phrase,
no.
you can. One of the investigators snapped an infrared photo of the area and captured a disturbing-looking apparition with a truly deformed head and menacing face. Unfortunately, not much is known about the location or the group. The video and was presumed to be going 9 meters or 30 feet into the air.
Shut up!
To the source.
I'm going and getting it.
And scientists were sent to the location
The
immediately,
fuck is it?
but were unable to explain what happened.
It's the
Not
dogs.
much information is available about the video besides that, so it's presumed that the geyser eventually
me.
stopped on hospital haunting.
No.
Unsurprisingly, hospitals are known to be a hotbed
They're the
of
worst place,
paranormal
man.
activity. 2 orderlies were goofing around
Oh my
on their
God,
break
no.
in a Guadalajara, Mexico hospital when things quickly took a strange turn. In the middle of their laughter, a shadowy figure suddenly walks by the doorway of a surgery room, empty. Then, without warning, a wheeled table suddenly moves on its own
She's
towards
out.
them.
She's
Oh,
out.
fuck yeah.
I'm
To
out.
quickly
She's
exit
smart.
and end
Yeah.
the recording. Closer inspection
Look at
of
this.
the shadow figure
Look.
shows the figure to apparently
can't.
be wearing a
He
hospital
looks like it.
gown.
He looks like it.
meaning it could be the spirit of a
black it
former
is.
patient.
Yes.
To
I think
face
it
looks
it,
like a
and
devil.
Instead, looking the opposite direction. To
No,
this
he's
day,
dark.
it is
Yeah.
unknown who the spirit is, and not much is
No, he
known
don't
about
look
who the
like a
2
devil. I just
orderlies
never looked
are
before. I
or
was
which
scared.
hospital it was taken in. A staff member is seen walking towards another gurney, which moves quickly as the man approaches. Clearly startled, the worker pauses before turning the opposite direction.
He said,
I'm
nope,
out.
Giving a
nope,
look
nope.
over
gonna have
his
it.
shoulder as if
It's yours.
to comprehend
That
what
one
he
ain't
just
coming back in.
witnessed. It is unknown what was moving the gurney.
Oh, we don't care.
Either
They can have
a
it.
former patient who passed on, or a former employee who was simply trying to continue their duty.
No, they need to go
Number
away.
8.
I don't need no help
Ghosts.
tonight.
The power
It
of
would
Christ
appear
compels
Sisnerd
you.
is immune to a haunting.
Don't even say it. It freaks me out, man.
CCTV at a war-
I'll sit here and watch it all night if you ain't gonna go nowhere.
Right?
You can't leave, and I have to go to the bathroom with you. And I don't want to go.
You have to go to the bathroom with me?
I don't want to go. To
What
the
about when you go?
I don't know. I'm just gonna hold it. The fuck was that? That's a bird.
The fucking
I
ass.
don't know. Hi, you need to go out. You need to go out. What the fuck is that? Stop it. It's talking weird shit. Did you hear it? It's the devil.
He did not
Slow
enter the
down.
house.
He just
Oh my
slowed
god.
Newspaper clippings in the backyard about the
devil.
Witch, a woman who took
Look
12
right up to the
men's
light.
lives from
I don't know. I'm scared.
Oh my god, the light went out. All kinds of shit is happening. Blue just said it's the devil and the light went out.
God. This ain't funny
back from the dead.